Hey guys, TKC here, and I'm hiding in the dark because of something really awesome that's behind me. But first of all, I just wanted to say thank you for 2,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. First of all, I think by the time I post this video, I'll hit 2,100, which is even more insane. I haven't been very active lately, and I know I want to change that. I've always wanted to change that. I wanted to keep on posting good content for all my subscribers. So I wanted to do something as a sign of thanks, I guess. And so we've been working really hard here on the channel to make something really awesome and make the videos look a little bit better. So I present to you the awesome new Kaijudo background. Woohoo! So I really like to show you this whole board right now and show you all the crazy cards that are on here, but I'm going to save that for another video. For now, I just want to start off this awesome new video series with this background with a Kaijudo news video, finally. So I haven't been doing Kaijudo news videos in a long time, and I feel really bad for that, but there hasn't been too much news going on, and we've been really busy with this and busy with a lot of other events and a lot of life stuff. So now I could finally sit down, use this awesome background, and bring back Kaijudo news now that Shattered Alliances is coming out soon. So this video is basically going to sum up everything that we know about Shattered Alliances right now, and for the following few weeks, every Wednesday I guess, when Kaijudo updates their site, I'm going to be making a Kaijudo video to talk about all this news. Alright, so let's start from the very beginning. Shattered Alliances is going to be coming out September 13th of this year. It's in 3 weeks, and the set is 90 cards. The rarity breakdown is kind of unknown right now, but I'm assuming that it's going to be 10 super rares, 10 very rares, 20 rares, 20 uncommons, and 30 commons. So as you may know already, Shattered Alliances is going to have the other 5 civilization combinations, also known as the enemy civilizations. So that would be Light Dark, Light Fire, Water Nature, and Dark Nature. As of now, we only know the full card name and effect of 4 cards in the set. Then we also know 4 cards that are going to be released outside of the set but around the same time. And then we also only know the names of 4 of the cards that are going to be in the set as well. Now, most of these name-only cards that we know of actually have been previewed today on the website. They showed off a picture of the Solar Eclipse deck finally, featuring Deathlagger the Justicar, as well as 2 other cards that, one of them we don't really know what the name is. It's something like Erpin's the Spirit Shifter, and then the spell in the back, which is going to be a rare in the set, is going to be Calamity Bell. That card's going to be pretty interesting because that is the light-dark spell of the set, because if you look at Clash of Duel Masters, there was 1 multi-civilization spell for each combination. So in this deck, we'll be getting Calamity Bell, which is a level 6 Shield Blast. And if I had to guess, there's probably 2 possibilities that are in my mind. One is that it's close to Piercing Judgment, where you do something and do another thing. So you would probably banish an untapped creature and then tap a creature. Or my preferred one would be banish 2 tapped enemy creatures. That would be pretty cool. But anyways, they both have the flavor of light and darkness in it. So I'm guessing it's going to be one of those 2, but I guess we'll find out what that's going to be eventually when we get the decks in 3 weeks. So let's move on to the cards we actually do know are going to be in this set. We know basically their whole effect, their names and everything. So we know that there's going to be 2 Monarchs in this set, the Darkness Monarch and the Light Monarch. And we now know of the Darkness Monarch, which is Queen Kalima, which was previewed in Seattle at the Kaijudo Championships, which is super awesome. As for the other Monarch, which is the Light Monarch, we know that the name of it is Eternal Haven. It's probably going to be a Monarch / Angel Command, but we don't know anything it really does, but we do know, some ideas of what it could potentially do because of a couple hints that the R&D team kind of shot at us. In Seattle, they kind of hinted that the card would make a new archetype in a way. It would make its own kind of deck. I guess it has some sort of groundbreaking effect that you would make a whole different kind of deck based around Eternal Haven. And then in an article today by Gavin Verhey, he said that it would break control mirrors wide open, which is very interesting because they said it would make a new deck, but I guess Eternal Haven fits in control decks too, and it breaks the control mirror, meaning it helps you in your favor if you use Eternal Haven versus the typical control decks. So really don't know what Eternal Haven's going to do, but it's probably going to be really insane, and I'm honestly pretty scared of what it could do to the game, but I guess we'll have to find out later and see what that card does. We also know of another super in the set that was kind of spoiled on the Facebook Kaijudo Dojo group, and that would be Twilight Archon, which is a Skyforce champion / Shadow champion, which is super cool. Level 9, 11,500 power. You may have seen that before, yes, Andromeda of the Citadel has the same stats. This is also a blocker and a double breaker, so this can successfully trade with Andromeda when it blocks, and it has two really awesome abilities that work well with each other. Immobilize happens when this enters the battle zone. You tap a target enemy creature and it gets locked, just like Lyra the Blazing Sun. And then you have Impale, which is whenever you cast a spell, you banish a target tapped enemy creature. So you can do a lot of crazy combos with this. You can play Spark Cage, which is a card where you tap one of their creatures, you draw a card, and then since it's already tapped and you cast a spell, well, Twilight Archon triggers, and you banish that creature you just tapped. So you basically just Terror Pitted something, drew a card, and all with just Twilight Archon, which is pretty insane. And it's only for a level 3 spell, or even Sunshock can do it. A level 2 Terror Pit, that's insane. What's even more insane is if your opponent attacks your shields, because if they hit a shield blast with this on the field, well, you basically banish that creature that just attacked, because since it's tapped after attacking and you activate your shield blast, then boom, it's kind of gone. So yeah, Twilight Archon, very scary card. So today on the website they previewed Blitzer MacPhail, which is really cool. It's basically a Shockanaw and a Draglide the Swiftest in one card. So I find it kind of funny because in Rise meta, back when we only had Rise as our newest set, I used a Light Water Fire Rush deck. And this card would have fit so well in there because I kept on pushing towards, oh, Shockanaw plus Helaflame is a really awesome combo. So you could, play Shockanaw turn 3, and then turn 4 you play Helaflame, attack with the Shockanaw, tap their blocker, and then you could attack another shield with Helaflame, or even get rid of that blocker. So there are a lot of combos there, and this card is basically that combo in one card in a way, but except this doesn't have as much power. It only has 2500, so mainly you're just doing this to get blockers out of the way and attack at the same time. Good thing this card is just a Mecha Thunder and a Stomper, because if it was a Dragon Enforcer, a lot of crazy things would happen. Of course, you don't really want to evolve on this because you want to be able to abuse the tap ability over and over again, but if you're in a pinch and you need a double breaker, if it was a Drakon, for example, you could easily put Laser Arm Drakon on it and it would be pretty crazy. So also in Gavin's article, he was talking about a lot of interesting things that would be in the set. Basically, he said if you enjoy attacking, they have several cards in the set that will make your mouth water. So if you're an aggressive player, you'll really like a lot of the cards in the set, especially in the Light Fire and Water Fire combinations, because those are going to be really aggressive cards. So he says that get your Magresses out, your Blaze Belchers, and your Emperor Neurons out so you could make a rush deck with those. So that kind of hints towards a Light Water Fire rush deck using these two new combinations. And cheap Cyberlords too that could probably attack. There could be a lot of crazy things that happen with these combinations, so honestly really looking forward to see what rush decks will look like after this set. And then lastly, of the cards inside Shattered Alliance that we know of, this was previewed on Pojo, and this card is Vu Ingenious Shaman. So this card's awesome because it brings a new mechanic to Kaijudo that the game kind of really needed, and that's mana recovery. Basically, you get back cards that were put into your mana zone so that they're not stuck there forever. So this is a level 7, 7000 power double breaker, and what happens is when it enters the battle zone, you get to choose one card in your mana zone and put it in your hand, and then put the top card of your deck into the mana zone. So you actually don't lose any mana, you just kind of take a card and then replace it with a card on top of the deck, which is really awesome. You keep your pace, you keep your mana the way it is, and at the same time you get something that was stuck there. Now, I was talking with my teammates, and I honestly see this card being pretty good right now, but in the future it'll probably get kind of pushed away by another card, because we find that this is going to be a lot like the Dragon of Reflection Cyberlord Corral thing, where they make like a big level 7 that does it, and then like later on they'll just make a cheap creature that does the same thing, so you'd much rather play that. I personally think there's going to be some sort of cheap blocker that does this kind of effect but doesn't do the ramp. Or maybe it does the ramp too, I don't know. But I'm honestly able to see something like a Water Nature blocker that has pretty much the same effect but no double breaker. Just some random speculation here and there. So that's it for the cards inside Shattered Alliances that we know. But we also know of 4 cards that are going to be released alongside its release at some point. 2 of them are going to be dual day cards, and 2 of them are going to be set premiere cards. I'm not going to be talking about those in this video, or I don't know if I'm going to be even talking about them in any future video, but if you want to see those 4 cards, check the description below. I'll put all the cards I talked about in this video in the description. So that's it for this week's Kaijudo news. I'm glad I could finally do Kaijudo news again. It's been a very long time, and I apologize for the long hiatus of Kaijudo news, because I know this is a series that a lot of you like to watch,
and I also like to do. So I'm very happy, and thank you all for watching. Thank you all for keeping on supporting me. Thank you all for 2,100 subscribers, which is honestly just mind-blowing. It's just so many people. And with that, I'm gonna head out now, so expect this awesome background in future videos. I'm still working on like the lighting and positioning and stuff like that, but let me know in the comments if you like this setup right now, and in the future I guess I'll show off all the crazy cards on here and stuff like that. So yeah, this is TKC, the Kaijudo channel, signing off. See you later, guys.